4 years I believed I was the luckiest man alive, married to Emily, the stunning, confident woman of my dreams, who once couldn't keep her hands off me, who used to kiss me in the kitchen, pull me into quickies in the shower, and make every weekend feel like our honeymoon. But everything started changing after our 5th anniversary, when the passionate kisses became cold pecks, the soft touches turned into casual shoulder pats, and the hot moans in bed were replaced with distant sighs until one night, after another failed attempt at seduction where she pushed my hand away and turned her back to me in bed, I found myself staring at the ceiling wondering when the woman who desired me so much had completely shut herself off, and as the weeks dragged by, her excuses mounted. I'm tired. Stress at work. Not in the mood. While she continued rejecting me, denying me, and worst of all, making me feel invisible in my own home. And I started noticing strange things. She would be restless. Late at night, checking her phone obsessively, her face lighting up when a message popped up, then quietly slipping out of bed, dressing up, and leaving the house around midnight, thinking I was asleep. But curiosity soon evolved into burning suspicion, and one Friday night, I waited for her to leave, my heart beating like a war drum as I crept out after her, following her sleek black car through empty streets until she stopped at a luxury apartment building on the other side of town, stepped out wearing that tight red dress she never wore for me anymore, her heels clicking confidently, her hair freshly curled, and I watched from the shadows as a tall, muscular man opened the door, grabbed her by the waist, kissed her like she was his hands moving all over her curves while she giggled like a teenager, and my stomach twisted in knots, my chest burned with fury, but I didn't confront her. I turned around, drove back home, and plotted my revenge because if she thought I'd sit there like a fool while she disrespected me, she had no idea what storm was coming, and over the next few days I acted perfectly normal, pretending to be the clueless husband, while secretly planting a GPS tracker under her car, installing hidden cameras in our bedroom and living room, syncing everything to my phone, and within a week, I had hours of footage of her sneaking out, lying through her teeth, bragging to her secret lover, who I discovered was her gym trainer named Jason, about how easy it was to fool me, how boring our marriage was, how I wasn't man enough anymore, and how she planned to drain me dry in divorce before moving in with him, and every word sliced through me like a blade. But it also made me smarter, sharper, and I started working out, dressing better, and planning her downfall step by step, knowing that our anniversary was just a few weeks away, and when the day came, I acted like the doting husband, booking a fancy weekend at a beachside resort, flowers, candlelit dinners, massages, and she played along, oblivious to what was coming, and on the first night, I ordered champagne to our suite, took her out to the balcony, praised her beauty, made her believe I was still wrapped around her finger, before leading her back inside, where I had set up the TV to stream the video of her last night's romp with Jason, and as the screen came to life, Emily's face turned ghostly pale, her lips trembled, her knees wobbled as she watched herself betray me in full HD, every filthy moan, every dirty word echoing in that hotel room while I stood tall, arms crossed, watching her world crumble. And before she could utter a word, I threw divorce papers at her feet, telling her I had already spoken to my lawyer, transferred all joint accounts into a trust, locked the house under my name, and with our prenup in place, she wouldn't see a single dime, and then I turned and left her there broken, humiliated, exposed, while I drove back feeling like a man, reborn, free from her lies, her manipulation, and as the days turned into weeks, Emily bombarded me with messages, voicemails, apologies, begging for forgiveness, claiming she was confused, stressed, manipulated by Jason, but I blocked her everywhere, erased her from my life, focusing on rebuilding myself, rediscovering my confidence, and that's when I met Natalie at a charity gala, an intelligent, drop-dead gorgeous woman with wild red hair, soft lips, and the most seductive smile I'd ever seen, who actually wanted to get to know me, who flirted openly, touching my arm, playing with her hair, making me feel wanted like I hadn't in years, and our first date turned into a second, then a third, until one steamy night, she pulled me into her apartment, kissed me like she was starving, unbuttoned my shirt with hungry fingers, whispered all the dirty things Emily never said anymore, and made love to me on the kitchen counter, the couch, the bed, claiming every inch of me in ways I had forgotten possible, and every time I lay there with Natalie's soft skin against mine, I thought back to Emily's cold shoulder, her midnight disappearances, and I smiled knowing I had escaped the cage, and the icing on the cake came when Jason dumped Emily weeks after she lost everything, leaving her jobless, homeless, broke, while I flourished, building a new life with Natalie, upgrading my house, buying a new car. And whenever Emily tried reaching out from fake accounts, from burner numbers, even turning up at my office crying, I just walked away, remembering how she blocked me every night, how she made me feel worthless. And now here I was living my best life, passionately tangled in satin sheets with a real woman, traveling to exotic beaches, building a future free from betrayal, because some nights I would smile to myself thinking karma doesn't knock. It kicks the door down and leaves people exactly where they deserve to be.